I'm Brian Griffiths. I study BA Animation for the University of Portsmouth. It was like when I was about 12, I would say. I was starting to be interested in animation. There was this one film I really liked called Wreck-It Ralph. And when I saw that, I saw it like about 8 times in like one day. And I was just so infatuated with the story and all of it. I was in love, basically, and that's how it started pretty much. Honestly, I find it quite disheartening just seeing the AI just taking over everything that I loved. Art is my entire life, I base it around, and for AI, I have to worry that in the future I might not have a job, I might have to switch courses to just fucking live just because of AI.
So in the context I work in, generative AI is used for, well, generating animations, but it uses a lot of data which was fed to analytical AI, which interpreted all that video data. For instance, if I had a person standing here, I set a keyframe of them in a pose, and then I dragged them along here, set a keyframe there, no additional animation, and then I could just click one button, let that process, and the next thing I know, he's walking along. There's tools that can help us generate animation, and there's things that we can do to straight up animate it from a text prompt, image prompt, video prompt.
My first thought was, that's going to be the end of every creative industry. I didn't think it would happen so soon. There are people that have modelled for themselves a creative life, and they're being told, you don't need to be creative anymore. This thing will be creative on your behalf. It totally goes against the ethos of wanting to be an artist or involved in anything creative, any creative process. Why would you want to substitute yourself?
I kind of believe that artists have all sorts of toolboxes, and I've seen a lot of bad AI art, a tremendous amount of bad AI art, which for me proves that it's a useful tool, because if people can make bad art with the tool, it means that it's not doing the job of an artist. At the moment, the specific thing I'm using it for at the moment is to generate stock footage that would cost me a fortune if I bought it off a stock footage company. So I managed to use AI to make photoreal stock footage of a specific mountain range looking how I wanted, and then we used Unreal to make the eye blink and all the visual effects of like lenses and other distortions happen. And I think that's where I think AI can be really useful.
I wish it wasn't in the hands of the worst possible people on the planet. If I was still working for Walt Disney and they said, because they're using AI and it's pretty revolting, I would only have the choice of leaving the job or putting up with it. No one has the power to reject it. We could control it if politicians had the willpower and the courage to do it, but they don't appear to have the courage to do it. So if you're going to be creative, you've got to figure out how you're going to target your creativity in a way that AI is not going to trip you up on. Because humans are, by their very nature, creative. We like making things.
Like, but AI isn't the problem. In the same way, like a knife or fire isn't an issue. It's the person who's using it, whether they choose to cook their meal with it or stab someone or burn a house down. How do you put the power in the artists? I think the copyright laws are outdated and they need to change, but no one really knows how to do that because it's such a confusing time.
You were 20, 19 today, trying to get into the animation industry.
Yep.
How would that?
I wouldn't try and get into the animation industry. If I was 19, 18, 17 now, I'd be thinking about an alternative to animation, because I don't think it's going to be around in a significant way that's going to offer employment opportunities for many people. It will shrink the size of a crew you need to make animation from the bottom up. So at the top, you're still going to have your directors and producers, but all of the entry-level jobs will just vanish upwards until you're left with a tiny crew making films with AI. It's greedy people who are not in the slightest bit concerned with the creative process taking over. You've got to follow the money. Who is it going to make wealthy? And there's a lot of greedy people in the world.
I have before had art friends, you could say, that support AI. It's like, why you're using this to supposedly help with your work, yet it's just ruining everything, ruining what you love, and it's just, I find it quite depressing. I have some hope that I'll get better, but I'm a hopeful man, and in bad times humans are still able to find a way, and I still think it's true with generative AI. I think artists can succeed. It's going to be difficult, but I feel like it's going to be good in the end.